Jetterman here again. For those of you starting out on your grad student journey, I think it's important for me to give you a big picture of the grad student advisor dynamic. In my experience here at Oregon State, a good way to visualize the collaboration between a grad student and their advisor is to think of a bicycle wheel. So bicycle wheel, it's round and it has spokes. Note my clever graphics. So the spokes in this wheel are grad students. Typically, advisors will have more than one grad student. It might be the case when they're just starting out as a professor. They will obviously have to start with one and then add more as time goes on. But some people advise a whole bunch of grad students. So there might be 3 or 8 or perhaps even more. So with that situation, the advisor goes through their week, periodically meeting with each grad student. We'll have a short meeting, an hour meeting, say, and then they move on with their week and go to the next grad student and work with them. And so from your point of view as a single grad student, you have this one meeting a week, or maybe it's 2, but you'll have a long time in between where you're doing the work. I've seen some situations where an advisor will have a weekly meeting with the student, and that's the only face time that student gets. Other advisors may set it up so that they have a periodic one-on-one meeting that's maybe not every week, but they're working on a project, and so the project meetings are every week. There might also be a group meeting for the research group where the students that don't work together on a project come together and talk about papers and stuff. So the face time you get with your advisor on a regular basis can vary a lot, but let's just assume you get 1 hour a week and the rest you're doing your work. So the effect of this is that it puts tremendous pressure on that 1 hour for communication to go perfectly. And you should know by now in your life that it's very difficult for communication to go perfectly. So many things can get in the way of communicating effectively, even when you're trying really hard. There are many issues that can arise in a communication, and I'll cover those in later videos, hopefully. But for here, the point I want to make is that it's very easy for you to get out of sync with your advisor. And if you have a miscommunication at your 1 hour meeting, you might go off and spend your week doing something that the advisor wasn't expecting you to do. You might waste a whole week. And if this is a chronic problem, you can waste weeks periodically. And so it's really important to get communication right as much as possible. So this is why the first set of video and audio recordings that I've put together here are all focused on helping you stay in sync with your advisor.